At the top of page 655, we're going to do example 1.5. In between 1 and 2. And it's going to be evaluate two sine pi over 12 cos pi over 12. And on an exam, this one would be worth 1 mark. Seems ridiculous because what this question probably triggers in you is the pi over 12 stuff we did on Wednesday, right? Remember doing the pi over 12 questions on Wednesday where you had to find two angles that worked out to pi over 12? And it was big and long because you had to expand it. So you would have to do that big and long thing for the sine of pi over 12, do the big and long thing for cos of pi over 12. Pi over 12 questions on an exam are usually 3 marks. So then you would think, well, if this is 3 marks and this part's 3 marks, then this whole thing should really be out of 7 marks and not out of 1 mark. But it is only out of 1 mark, and this is the reason why. Again, you have to have your formulas memorized because if this is designed to make you think of the pi over 12 and do it the long way, but if you recognize I have 2 sine something cos something, that's on my formula sheet. That's equal to sine 2 alpha. And if I do that as my first step, say this is the same as sine of 2 times alpha, and my alpha is pi over 12, then 2 times pi over 12. Yeah.
Could you do it with pi over 12 way?
You could. Yeah. It would take a lot of time, and you would deal with big fractions, and then you'd have to multiply radicals, and it will just be this. It'll just be nasty at this time. 2 times pi over 12 becomes pi over 6, and sine of pi over 6 is 1/2, and you're done. You've evaluated it, and that's why it's worth 1 mark. Sometimes it might be worth 2 marks. Maybe they'll give you 1 mark for doing the identity and 1 mark for evaluating. Yes. Mm-hmm.
The one that says sine 2.
Yeah. It's using the formula that 2 sine alpha cos alpha, which is what I have here, is equal to sine 2 alpha. And that's the idea. I've even seen some of these ones. Pi over 12 is nasty. Often it comes up with pi over 8. And pi over 8 ones you can't do at all. But when you times a pi over 8 times 2, you get a pi over 4. You know, sometimes they try to disguise it even further by doing sine of pi over 8 cos of pi over 8. You see that the 2 is missing in front? But that would just equal sine 2 of times pi over 8 divided by 2 in the end. They're just trying to get you to see things. You see, all I did, here, look at this 2. Okay, if this 2 is over here, boom. It's that, right? Sine 2 alpha. If the 2 is missing, it'd be on that side. There we go. That's where it is.